on people.
Balls deep, I would say.
Now, the first set, the Hercules set, was not bad.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, after watching about 8,000 different reviews, that's why I decided to get them. But with Uranos, one aerial bots.
Well, I mean, that was doomed to fail.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing of it is, everyone says, well, all the transformations are the same. No,
all the transformations are the same.
They're aerial bots.
They're aerial bots. What do people expect?
Yeah, I mean, they're supposed to be all the same.
They're staying true to the G1. Well,
yeah, they all transform the same. They're easily the worst group of the bunch.
Hey, Mickey.
Masky butt.
Hey, can you turn your camera on?
I can pull it out and plug it in.
Okay. If you
There's
can't,
the camera too. Haha.
There's a main reason why the freaking, and I've forgotten their name now that we've talked about them.
GoBots?
No, not GoBots. Jesus, Superion.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Woo!
Was Superion Jesus? I thought that was Optimus Prime.
It's always Optimus Prime. No, the reason that entire team kind of sucked from the beginning is their leader didn't like to fly. Was afraid of heights, which is like... Wow.
That was only in the beginning.
That was he overcame his fear.
Yes.
He had to overcome it every time.
Well, I mean, he overcame his only personality trait and then became boring.
Yeah.
I thought he would just crash.
Whoa,
at least Slingshot was a dick. I mean...
Slingshot is XV.
Oh, God. I will fully, completely and honestly admit there are a few combiner pieces. I hate to call them that, but that's what they are in the cartoon that I actually can ascribe a personality to outside of the Constructicons, because they're all pretty well defined. But
it's hard to get a personality when you got maybe at max 2 episodes focused on them. Any given one.
Yeah, Swindle had his own episode.
Swindle's an obvious one. First Aid's an obvious one. Pretty much all of the Constructicons.
And Slingshot with aerial assault with Prince.
Yes. Slingshot was an asshole. Yes.
Well, was Slingshot the one that sounded like Vernon from the Ninja Turtles?
Oh, God!
I never
Vernon from the Ninja Turtles. Oh God, that hurts.
All that. Slingshot's like a G1 rat trap.
Oh, okay.
Where he's just kind of whiny and complaining about everything.
Well, yeah, but at least he had the good episode with aerial assault because you had the flying purple griffin. Where's my third-party flying purple griffin? That's what I want to know.
It's coming. It's coming with the RC head with Daniel.
Yeah. Or if I only
four different companies are working on it right now.
Yeah.
Or if I really wanted to says no, that's not what I wanted. Animated Headmaster RC was sorry is what I've been asking for. You've been getting it wrong all these years.
Sorry.
But I like my name.
You should, Don.
What about Animated Headmaster Sorry with an RC Headmaster part?
Don, I give props to any name that is longer than someone's actual name.
That's true. That's pretty great. Let me see here. Is this gonna work?
Oh man.
So hey Mickey, how about that game?
I kind of love that Mitchie's turned into such a little shit.
It's like we were all waiting for this. And
he needs to grow a Snidely Whipley mustache. A Snidely Whiplash mustache.
And here's the thing, though. He ran from Baron. It's like, okay. Well, true. Baron did have the Genesis driver on, so that was a good self-preservation call.
And with the Genesis driver, he's won. Well, he stalemated once, so I guess that's an improvement.
Yeah. Paladin was able to help me to get I can never say it out loud. No.
That would be Mickey. He could help you with that.
A
No.
cadaver?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Kazacha.
Cacciatore?
Kajagoogoo?
Gijin Cacciatore.
Hey, Mickey knows what I'm trying to say.
Kachadoki.
Kachadoki, thank you. I just have trouble getting that out sometimes. Yeah.
They're not that hard to find. They're on Amazon for like $40.
Well, I mean, I had to go to work the morning the CS drop happened, so he stepped in and got it for me because I wasn't near a computer at the time.
But they're like still on Amazon like right now.
Yeah, but I mean,
Send me the show notes real quick. Sorry, Don.
Yeah.
fine. But it's just getting any arm change figure at this point is very
It's pretty easy on Amazon.
well
I'm glad. I
Here's
don't have to deal
Kachadoki for
with that.
$37.58.
with free shipping.
No. Let's see
Oh.
what shipping is.
Yeah, 'cause-
Shipping is $4.99.
Oh, well, that's about what I passed.
I bought meals more than that shipping, so.
Yeah. Well,
You
you know,
can't
it's
eat shipping though. I mean,
Yeah.
I guess you could eat
Well,
the
you-
shipping box.
You
right?
can
Yeah,
eat
you
the
can.
packing material.
Yeah.
It's full of fiber.
but I went ahead and pre-ordered Gaim, the Figure Arts Gaim, instead of the arms change because I like the Figure Arts Gaim version. But I figured I keep saying Cacciatore.
Cacciatore.
Sorry.
If you can't get your video up,
He's
Mickey, don't worry
good,
about
you know,
it.
little bit.
My video is up and running. I see myself talking.
That's weird.
We don't see you.
Yeah.
It's okay if you can't, because I've been needing to fix the thing in XSplit anyway to make this work.
Yeah, I just see the egg falling into the butt cheeks.
Nice.
That's what I'm streaming right now.
Oh, that makes
Nice.
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So, but I figured the Katadochi arms. I know.
Oh God.
That's going to be my Koyuger for like it was for JD, but I figured that'll be a Bandai Premium. And the last Bandai Premium I saw that I wanted was Genesis Galgaigar, and it was $97.
Well, see,
No.
you can say that word, no problem, but the other one, Don, you're a fascinating gentleman.
It's Galgaigar. You know,
It's Galgagar. Not Kitchen Cacciatore.
That's where my mind keeps going. That joke I tried and it didn't.
Don, I am never going to be able to go to an Italian restaurant ever again and not think of you.
It's
Thank
me,
you, sir.
Donio.
Oh, God.
Hey Don, say solder. I want to see if solder.
That's how people here around say. That's how people say solder.
Yeah.
Do you get people that say wash as wash?
Old people, yes.
Yeah. That's who normally gets the crick going, too, so.
And it's like people who's like, if instead of saying faucet, some people say use spigot, but they say spigot. I'm like, it's spigot. It's a G, and faucet is probably a better word for what you're actually referring to.
My wife says a whole bunch of things really weird. She says like iron is urn. I'm like, an urn is something ashes go in, not something you do to your clothes.
Or it's how much you make per hour. You earn something.
Yeah.
Or it's what the Undertaker used to take to the ring.
So, are you? Did you watch
No,
Raw?
no one.
You didn't watch? Did you watch Raw yesterday?
Me?
Or Monday?
I caught it on YouTube before somebody took it off.
So, what did you think of the Bray Wyatt thing?
I liked it the first time when it was called Everything Undertaker Ever Did.
It's different than it's
No,
more
it was
like
good, and I can't believe someone hadn't done it before.
But
Because there's nothing creepier than one child singing just for no reason.
The crowd doesn't seem into it. I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, they're trying to keep Cena face, but they're
people hate Cena.
Yes, and they're
Rightly so. He sucks.
But the kids
great.
don't. The kids don't, and that's the problem. Is as long as Cena moves merchandise for children,
Cena.
they are just not going to do what everyone else is asking them to do.
I thought you said
I
Cena.
think that's when I stopped
Cena.
watching wrestling. Is when he came in. I was like, this is getting ridiculous. I'm done.
That was the right choice.
There's like a whole parallel to the Transformers movies.
It was Chris Benoit for me. That's what got me to walk away.
That's
Really?
That's when I quit.
Yeah. Well, it was like, because at that point it was like we had buried so many of the guys I grew up watching And then this happened. I was just like, hey, I can't
it
watch
was-
this right now.
Oh,
It
when
wasn't-
he
it wasn't-
passed away.
Yeah, and took his family with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who
And this
that?
was not that long after Eddie Guerrero died,
It was
too.
about a year. It was about a year, maybe if a year. Yeah. Who asked? Don. Chris Benoit killed his family and then himself.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
On
Yeah.
on a massive roid rage. It must have been.
His brain was so deteriorated due to blows and stuff that he had the brain of an 80-year-old man, basically.
With
Really?
Alzheimer's.
Yeah, the
Wow.
autopsy result revealed that his brain was basically mush.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
And his adrenal or his testosterone levels were, I mean, like soaring, like
Yeah.
way high normal. So roids on top of brain damage and
That's
Never-
why I only wrestled for about 4 years. I only have a little bit.
How
of
many
brain
how many matches did you have under your belt?
What do you mean? Actually, at a show?
Or like no, like full matches, practice and everything.
Practice, full matches, probably out 50 or 60.
How many at a show?
At a show, I've done about 5.
Damn.
That's awesome.
And
That's
if you
pretty good.
count when I wrestled the Iron Sheik, which was kind of like a before the show thing, I got 6.
You had a dark match.
Yeah.
How
Wait,
could you not count that?
My friend Jim, I
wait. I gotta ask this. Did he say he was gonna make you humble? Because if he did, get the fuck out of the ring.
So my friend Jim has wrestled. He wrestled Bobby Eaton a few years ago, and
Beautiful, Bobby.
yeah, and he also apparently Bobby's. I probably shouldn't say this, but Bobby's car was apparently impounded like right around that time, and he had an in for the police impound lot, so he was able to get to his car and steal his trunks from the car. He still has Bobby Eaton's trunks in his apartment. Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling Bobby next week when I see him. The guy. Remember that time your car got impounded, Bobby? That still doesn't beat the time Ricky Morton got arrested for owing child support
It's
at a
crazy.
match.
That's awesome. I mean,
In the middle of a match. I crap you not.
I'd be like, is that part of the show?
I really thought it
Well,
was.
if they were having trouble
I
finding
thought it
him,
was.
the big poster saying, "Oh, he'll be here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, I've got a picture of somebody I know on my Facebook page. She's like 14, and it's a picture of her with Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson, and she has this gigantic smile on her face, and I know that she has no idea who those guys are, but she is just so happy. She's also really slow, but she's just so happy that she's there with the Rock and Roll Express.
You brought me down with that last bit there, Brian.
Yeah, I know.
You brought me down.
She's not special needs or anything. She's just not very smart.
This must be how my friends at another forum feels when we start talking Kamen Rider, because I have no frame of reference for any.
You're originally from North Carolina. You lived in Greensboro, which was the wrestling capital of the earth.
I've never
in the
watched
80s.
more than 10 minutes of wrestling in my life.
We had
and
this
that was just Sergeant Slaughter randomly because he was in G.I. Joe.
Yeah, we had this.
And that was, I've seen more American Gladiators than I've seen wrestling.
I think we had this
Talking
conversation.
about kitchen.
That is not something to
Cacciatore
brag
and-
about, Don.
We had this conversation before.
Okay, in my defense, I was killing time until the Elvira movie started.
We all were killing time until the Elvira movies were getting started.
Well, watching the Elvira movie is a very noble endeavor, and I applaud
It
you for
is.
that.
Yes.
I don't remember a single one of the movies she showed, but I do remember I was entertained.
Yes. Yes.
I think the problem with wrestling for me is once I actually did it and was training at a gym for it and knew the routines and knew that it kind of lost its effect on me when I watched it.
See, that's the kind of thing, once the kayfabe was exposed, or whatever it is they call it, it kind of ruined a lot of the mystique of it.
Once I was smartened up, wrestling became way more interesting because it was more about the politics and.
Well, when it became self-aware, that's when it kind of lost it for me, because now it's like too many people know. I mean, we all knew, everyone knew that it wasn't No one acts like this in real life except maybe Ric Flair. You know.
But
So,
now
but
the
we all
real
knew-
story is the backstory and what's going on in the ring.
Yes.
Is sort of-
Yeah.
I have a Ric Flair story too.
Everybody has a Ric Flair story, but I want to hear
Everybody
yours.
has a Ric Flair story.
I want to hear yours.
You tell yours. I'll tell mine.
Mine has nothing to do with wrestling. Mine was I was
Mine
in
doesn't either.
the Orlando airport and I was gonna go on a flight out and he was coming in and he didn't have his hair like he normally has it or anything, but I knew it was him.
Mm-hmm.
And there was no one around him. He was walking by himself, and I just looked over at him and gave him a little head nod, and he looked at me and nodded back and just went on his way. Like I didn't run over to him like, "Oh my God, you're Ric Flair." I just gave him a little nod. He nodded, acknowledged me, and that was it.
Okay, mine's better. That's interesting. That's interesting that he didn't at least try to put the strut out, just act the part for you. I've yet to see Ric Flair not being Ric Flair. That is something of interest.
Oh, he's
Okay, here's my Ric. This is not my Ric Flair story. This is actually my late uncle's Ric Flair story, because he was close friends with the booker of the old Jim Crockett Promotions back when Ric Flair was going really big.
Which
right?
Booker? Which one? Which Booker?
Booker T.
Why'd you ask? George Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
He was friends with George Scott.
Wait.
Kid.
So, and George Scott died recently, right?
One of his sons.
Was it? Or when
He
it,
did.
Yeah. That
He
that
passed
sucks.
away in February.
Yeah.
But so he was really he was buddy with a lot of the wrestlers. And he was roommates with Tommy Young, who was the head referee of the Crockett Promotions, did all the main stuff. So one night, Tommy Young gets a call. It's Arn Anderson, and he says, "You got to get to Rick's house right now." So Tommy Young, my uncle, they go to Rick's house. There's blood everywhere because his wife Beth stabbed him because he was beating her up. And so they had to take him to some surgeon that they have apparently taken him to before to get sewed up. Because they couldn't take him to a hospital and because they didn't want the bad press and all that other stuff.
Oh, that's a much better story.
Wrestling used to be a much darker. That was fairly recently, right? That was like in the last 10 years.
No, this was back like 1985 or 6.
Because I thought his wife. Well, maybe it was another wife that beat him up. Like,
He's been married like 6 times.
Yeah, no, wife number 3, wife number 4, his daughter's boyfriend. They've all had a piece of the champ.
But wrestling used to be a much darker entity. It's amazing that any of those guys survived like at all.
Not many of them have so far.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh. This took a dark turn. I apologize for my.
Well, I mean,
That's all right. It was an interesting story anyway.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's also kind of a dark day. We've lost another great, Mr. Bob Hoskins.
Mr. Bob Hoskins.
And it's so weird.
Aw.
Just last night, Nostalgia Critic put up a top 15 list of things that you probably didn't notice in Roger Rabbit. A lot of the on the wall of where the telephone's at.
Did you know they had Warner Brothers and Disney characters in the same movie?
They did.
Like, wow, that's amazing.
That was like
Okay.
a whole big thing at the time.
I know that I'm being an ass.
But it's
Okay.
It's like when he's running from Elmira and he opens the door and there's no room there and it's a straight drop to the ground. There's that telephone. The graffiti on the wall says, "For a good time, call Allison Wonderland."
I saw that.
Hold on.
I saw that cited somewhere else.
If you slow down the freeze frame when
Oh,
Jessica's spinning,
That's on the Laserdisc, not on the DVD release or VHS.
Laserdiscs. The best media format.
For the longest time, I thought that Bob Hoskins and Phil Collins were the same guy.
Oh.
For
When
the
I
longest
was a
time,
kid-
I didn't know that Bob
when I was a
Hoskins was
kid.
British.
I
I
didn't
assumed his
either.
accent in Roger Rabbit was his natural accent, and I'm watching the special features like, what the hell?
He is
Well,
like,
it's weird because watch David Tennant in Doctor Who, then watch him do an American accent in on Craig Ferguson's or something. It's like you can't believe that these people are not where they're sounding from?
Well, Dave Tennant is like Scottish, so it's kind of hard to hear him do Scottish, his regular accent. Then he does the English accent. Never heard him doing American.
Yeah, I think he did it on. No, I'm sorry. It was Matt Smith. It was Matt Smith when they were shooting the episodes in the.
Get your doctors together.
Be right
It's
back.
all
Well,
the same person. It doesn't matter.
Well, I'm sorry. It was the episode they were filming that Ben Browder was in it from Farscape and SG-1.
You said
Oh,
those
okay, I
correct
got you,
order,
got you.
by the way.
Did you say Farscape SG-1?
Ben Browder.
Farscape should always be mentioned first.
Well, SG-1 was good up until the last 2 seasons or so.
Wait, was he? Yeah, he was in SG-1.
Yeah. He took over after Richard Dean Anderson left.
Oh, Richard Dean. Man, when they lost MacGyver, they lost a lot. Sorry, I'm in bitter reverie there.
Yeah. I've been waxing nostalgic. I've been since me and it's like I miss all the old morning. Just looking back through all the years I've been alive, which is a lot of them, and just
It's most of the years you've been
Longer
alive.
than I could ever imagine.
Count the rings, Don.
I just miss actual Saturday morning programming, or
Oh,
even
shit.
Yeah. Like Fox Kids during the week was still better than anything we had during the day. And Fox Kids on Saturday mornings.
I miss the Disney Adventure hours. You know, when it was like
Disney,
DuckTales,
like Disney Afternoon.
Tales. Yeah.
I was talking to a friend of mine, and I actually remember.
I was weaned on Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh God, I was in my early 20s.
The first butt kicking I ever got in school followed the words "Let's get dangerous." By the way, not as intimidating when you're in the middle of a fight as you think it would be.
Yes. No, just just missing, because it's like if we only had a network that showed cartoons, that enjoyed cartoons and showing them, but
You mean like Boomerang?
No, he means like the hub.
Hey, look, don't get me wrong. I like Adventure Time and regular show as much as the next guy, but I've seen them all about 30 times now.
so like for the 96th time, why are you turning into a werecar?
If I see them crash into the pit one more time.
I'll tell you what I miss is wanting to be awake on a Saturday morning.
Yeah,
I've never wanted that.
Yes, you want to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning, even if you were in your late teens or like I was in my 20s. I'd want to get up and watch this stuff because I love these shows.
Well, I still get up at 7 in the morning on Saturdays. It's just to put on a suit and go to work.
Well, I straight up miss the old Saturday morning, like not even the commercial bumpers, the little after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, I miss that.
Well, heck, I remember they would on like ABC the Friday before the Saturday the new shows would start. They'd have this little 30-minute prime time showing you all these.
I
new
remember
cartoons.
those.
Yeah. Well, I remember NBC
God,
showing
I'm
off.
old.
Yeah.
I remember
NBC.
ABC just getting all the cartoons together, telling us exactly why marijuana was bad for us all.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, I remember the
Uh,
year they were announcing the new Punky Brewster cartoon.
Michelangelo was not the best spokesman for anti-marijuana. I'm saying.
No, he wasn't.
Dude, let's get some pizza, man.
You do not want to smoke marijuana because marijuana is a drug, and if you smoke it, then there won't be enough for me. Which is what I took from what he was saying.
I've just been thinking about all the stuff that kids nowadays they're different. They don't have a Saturday morning block. They've got entertainment whenever they want it now.
I want the kids' car.
When
I want
California
the.
Reasons were a pop culture phenomenon.
Oh God! Oh,
What? When what?
the California raisins.
Reasons. My mom actually had a lot of those.
I don't know about you, but I heard it through the grapevine. God bless.
What? The man wasn't even cold in his own grave, and they put some dancing raisins. Marvin, what's going on? Oh mercy. You know, I want a kids cartoon show that has the balls that Captain Planet did.
How so?
I want the AIDS special.
or the gangster special.
Or yeah, the gangster special. I forgot the gangster.
Well, you do know there is a movie in the works.
If it doesn't have Don Cheadle as Captain Planet, I will be pissed off.
Everyone says the exact same thing when I mentioned that.
Oh shoot! I need to do This Week in History.
It's the greatest ever.
Yeah, it is pretty great.
I want him to call him Mai Tai from now on and forever. They're all trees.
And of course, there's always that skit from Robot Chicken, where Ted Turner dresses up as Captain Planet and save the environment or I'll kill you.
I think Captain Planet may be the one property that Ted Turner retained from the AOL Time Warner buyout.
They didn't want it.
They didn't want it. Matter of fact, if he kept it, the stock went back up. You know.
Well, I will say this: I watched all the episodes. I've seen the entire series.
We all have.
You really could have.
No, not all of us.
Yeah, and
Okay, all of us have, but we're the only ones that are willing to admit it.
yeah, I love the concept. It's just if they would tweak the execution, it would be a lot more interesting.
So you're saying that if it was better, it would be better.
Exactly.
Well, that is a valid point.
Yeah, I'm valid.
You can't fight that logic. You know, this would be good if it was good.
However, it is still a cartoon about teenagers saving the environment, and that's just a little bit too ridiculous even for Saturday morning.
Still trying to figure out Monty's power had nothing to do with the elements.
Well, no,
But he could control animals, and he did nothing with it.
Do you have something to do with like removing hearts from Aztec sacrifices or something?
Hey, Ronnie.
That would have been sweet.
While I'm thinking about it, you may not be able to, you may not want to, but next Sunday, Mother's Day, if you don't have anything going on, Don and I are going to Retro Reboot.
I don't know if I'm allowed in that store anymore.
Oh, really? That bad? Okay.
No, there was a huge.
Yeah.
This does not go any farther, but there was a huge falling out with
gotcha.
Jacob.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I mean, I'll definitely go there, but I don't know how long I'll be able to stay. It may just be a hi, get out, bye.
You should just go to start some shit.
I did that in the hospital, so it's all good.
I was trying. What was I doing?
I bought seasons 2 and 3 of Night Court now that they're all available, and I do not regret my decision.
That's pretty awesome.
Of course not. Because you still got Selma, right? Or is it turned
First two seasons were Selma.
It's Selma, then Flo.
Then Flo.
Selma was a.
I appreciate Selma more now that I'm older. As a kid, I liked Marsha Warfield better, and I probably still will, but you know.
Yeah.
But I never noticed how much that John Larroquette's character reminds me of Starscream. If Starscream chased Spoon.
You're right. I'd never thought of that, but you're exactly right.
I don't get that at all. Because he was conniving?
He's full of himself. He's conniving. He knows exactly who he is, and he makes no bones about it.
Yeah, I miss early.
I'm not saying it's not direct. It's not a direct correlation.
Yeah.
But there is aspects of the character.
Yeah. Okay, who would win? Who would win in a death match then? John Larroquette or Rainbow Dash?
Well, one's a real person.
Well, y'all have not seen that, have you?
Yes, yeah, I saw that.
I have not. No.
My nephew made me watch that, actually.
Yeah, there's a series on YouTube called Death Battle.
Uh-huh.
And they analyze fictional characters, and they have a fight like Goku versus Superman.
Oh, I've watched that, and I agree with that one.
Who won?
Superman.
Like Vegeta versus Shadow the Hedgehog, and just things like that.
Vegeta versus Shadow the Hedgehog?
Well, that's tough because neither one of them ever win.
And Mario versus Sonic. Peach versus somebody. I can't remember who.
Oh, whoever it is, Peach loses.
Yeah. Samus versus Boba Fett.
That's just kind of lame.
When does Boba Fett ever win?
Yeah. Oh, and one of the good ones was Star Fox versus Bucky O'Hare.
Bucky O'Hare.
Oh, Bucky O'Hare. Greatest theme song ever, next to the 10.
Seriously, yes.
Bucky! Got the Bucky O'Hare! The guy sounded like he was on speedballs for 3 days, didn't nap, didn't do nothing. Was just like gearing up for this one performance, and then he died afterwards.
Well, you know,
I think you can hear his death rattle on the song.
I was talking to Blade Raider on another site, and we got a discussion on how he was saying at one point, you know, how you really didn't need animation themes anymore, like opening themes, and I said, yes, you do.
You really do.
You need that hook. It's like
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans.
Teen Titans. Oh.
Spectacular Spider-Man.
How do I keep saying I need to watch that? I just haven't got around to it.
Everything I hear is that it's amazing.
Yes.
It captures the spirit of the 60s comics very well, while still being modern.
Yeah. You know, I love... the show wasn't great, but the theme, like Cowboys of Moon Mesa, it's a good opening theme.
I like the Cowboys, but I have to go back and listen to the actual...
Best theme ever? Dinosaurs. No.
Dinosaurs?
No.
Dino Saucers?
Or Dino Saucers?
Pole Position has the best theme ever.
No, you just like it's good. Never mind. I could say something, but I want to choose
Pole
not.
Position has the greatest name ever.
Oh, just so many classic things.
All right, but for the record, the villains in Dino... I've said this a few times. I don't know if I've said it on here. The villains in Dino Saucers are the greatest villains ever assembled because of how petty they are. I love the fact they are so petty, they photobomb the heroes. That is just brilliant to me. To hate somebody that much. Now
and
you
there
have us.
And there was never any toys for that series.
Which is
Not
shame.
a single one. I'll tell you. The other day I tweeted out to. I replied to a tweet from Movie Bob, who works The Escapist. He does film reviews, and I also tweeted to King Features. I said, "Okay, we're getting Guardians of the Galaxy. Where's my Defenders of the Earth movie?"
You gotta talk to King Syndicate, and don't they still own it?
Yeah, and it came back a few days later. They favorited a tweet that apparently Flash Gordon is getting a reboot movie.
This is like his 5th reboot. He was the serial. He was the awesome '80s movie that was so bad it was great. He had he had the Defenders. He had the '90s cartoon.
And technically, you could also say Phantom 2040 was technically part of the same universe because it showed a picture, and the man was unnamed, but it was Mandrake, and there was a picture of the Defenders in his house, but they were not called.
Well, they have to hurry up because Billy Zane ain't getting any younger.
Yeah.
They should do a Flash Gordon Captain Power crossover.
I would. Oh, now Captain Power is supposed to be getting rebooted for a new series.
They've been saying that for years, though,
I know.
so I'll believe it when something happens with that project.
But I mean, that show it ended.
Somebody's going to remind me about Captain Powers because I never watched a single episode.
It was fucking dark.
It's the one where you could shoot the TV and the TV would shoot back and score points on your toy.
I believe it's the first episode. His ex-girlfriend shows up and tries to murder him.
Yeah, and it ends. with
Total Recall.
Twice.
and then, hey Mickey, you remember who dies at the end of the series, right?
Yeah, they kill off the girl. She commits suicide. She blows up the base.
Wait, was this a Japanese show?
No.
This was Sunday morning.
I have got to find.
So Saturday mornings was for the good kids, and then Sunday mornings when you sat them down and was like the bad kids.
Well, all the good kids were in church, so you can show the stuff for the bad kids on TV.
Yeah, well, Sunday morning was Ultra Force, so that's when you were bad, and Double Dragon.
Hey, you know what? Okay. For two things. Number one, that Ultra Force cartoon was god awful. but Malibu for like a short period of time was the shit.
Yes, early Malibu that
I mean,
year was incredible.
Prime was like the greatest comic of its time.
Oh, Malibu Comics. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Until
Prime was basically
Until.
Captain Marvel Shazam.
But
Damn.
modern. And more Jewish.
but mod, yeah.
Well, how do you get more Jewish? out of
Because
that?
his character was Jewish.
Billy Batson, not Jewish.
Yeah,
He fails the Jewish test.
yeah.
Hey,
White Bread looks at Billy Batson and goes, "God dang it, kid."
all right, there's in the link in the Skype chat is a link to the Captain Power opening, which will show you how awesome it is.
I'll click on it.
Was Captain Power the one that had the interactive toys for the TV?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was pretty awesome.
But you
It's
should really
hard to
remember
remember
everything
that.
other than the show, other than that.
I'm sitting here saying Exo Squad needs its own reboot.
Oh God, I would.
Or at
Speaking of
least-
shows that are bleak
or at
and
least-
depressing,
Or at
Dino
least,
Rider.
Yes.
or at least a continuation, because that was some crap.
That
We had a
It's-
lot of going on here,
it's the
and
first
yes,
show.
it was dark and it was delicious.
Yeah. It's the first one I remember, even at that age, being older, thinking, "There's really no one right and wrong in this thing. There is no good and bad."
The bad guys were slaves.
Yeah.
They just went overboard. Like, that was my whole thing. I was like, wait a minute. Who am I supposed to hate here? Am I supposed to be rooting against the guys
Exactly.
fighting for freedom?
and the Cubans were just as frequently the ones being, the dicks
Yeah.
to each other.
See, reality. Miles, years before Battlestar Galactica.
I won't even watch the new Battlestar. Just give me my classic Battlestar. Give me my Lauren Green.
Now, do you mean the one from a few years ago, or the reboot that they're talking about in a year or two?
I mean classic. I want my damn Lauren Green on the bridge, and I want Dirk Benedict in
Wait,
the
Lauren Green, the guy from Saturday Night Live?
no Lauren Green, the guy from Bonanza.
Because I would watch that Battlestar.
My Battlestar Galactica has
You mean your Starbuck does not have a vagina?
my
What you
my
say?
my Battlestar has Commander Kane as Lloyd freaking Bridges.
Commander Kane?
Commander Kane, Lloyd Bridges.
Wow. Okay. Anybody need to beverage up or bio break before the show? So we got like a minute.
Okay.
Let me go. Let me see what I can
Where's our Bots Master reboot?
No, God.
Oh yeah.
Why not just ask for vampires and just totally kill everybody? At
So
once?
I'm going to turn in my 80s card right now. I know there was a comic, but there wasn't a Star Wars TV show, right?
There was a miniseries.
There was? Shoot.
I'm lost on all this stuff.
Yeah,
I want to watch that.
remember very
There was a
little.
Star Wars. It was a miniseries, but it was not picked up for a full.
Was
a
it
full-
was it any good?
I don't remember it being very good. There was also a Max Steel miniseries as well. Both of them got miniseries, but neither one was picked up for a full season.
Yeah, Max Steel is one of the few figures I have in my desk at work. It just says it basically says I'm old.
I just keep hoping for something new with Mighty Orbots at some point.
Now that I'm in my mid-30s, I am painfully aware of how old I am compared to everyone else in the office. And it's just going to get worse.
Yeah. Welcome to my world.
Speaking of
Hey,
reboots,
Mickey.
real quick,
I
let me get this out
started
here.
watching Deno.
Good.
I found some TV Nihon subs on YouTube that are pretty good.
Before
It doesn't
we
really get really great till Xeranos shows up.
Now is he
He's the secondary writer.
okay? So he's the younger version of the dead boyfriend fiance.
I'd say yes, but it's so confusing. I'm not really certain myself.
Okay.
So what were you saying, Ronnie?
I was gonna say real quick, talk about reboots. One of the great things that I actually heard this year, or actually this week, Joel Hodgson, creator of Mystery Science Theater, is looking to do a reboot or a continuation of Mystery Science Theater for YouTube.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Ooh.
That would be glorious.
And maybe
So
they
the-
can play the whole the whole the whole video.
That would be
instead
nice.
So, Ronnie, I'm going to put, like, after the show's intro, before This Week in History, I'm going to mention the Needless Essentials thingamajigger, and you can just sort of go off at that point.
Okay.
That work? Okay.
That works for me.
Then we'll
man.
mention it again at the end of the show. Just don't let me forget, because I keep forgetting everything I have in the wrap-up segment. Because I want to do a segment on podcasts that I listen to sort of help out other podcasts, even though typically the ones I'm mentioning are like way bigger than we are. But it's still helping out, so I keep forgetting to do it. Like, it's not like Steve Austin's show really needs, our few thousand listeners, however many we have.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, so.
That Chris Jericho, he needs a.
I don't like Jericho's show. I stopped listening.
I never listened.
I never listened to any of those shows.
Hey, Don.
Yes.
Can you tap your microphone real quick? Okay, change your microphone to your headset.
Okay, it did that again.
Yeah, so I hate to say this, I'm going to try not to type during the show, but I changed my keyboard from my gel keyboard to my old IBM Model M keyboard because it's just been sitting in a corner. I've been wanting to use it again, and so I'm going to try not to type, but if I do, it's going to sound pretty loud.
Loud.
Like the hammer of the gods.
Can you hear that?
It sounds like he's got a
Yeah.
typewriter.
Yeah, that's my IBM.
Yeah, IBM Selectric 2.
Oh, that sounds better, Don, and there's less background noise. Okay, we can start.
All right.
Yay.
Yeah, let's start this thing.
Rock on, dudes.
This is Radio Free Cybertron, episode 361. I am your host, Brian Kilby. I've been your host and friend now for going on 15 years. And actually on a regular basis since our returniversary. Our returniversary is in June, because we had a hiatus. Actually started, it's like a month away. It's like a month and a half away now. We will have been back every week except for a couple since mid-June of 2009. And that was all, of course, thanks to JD. I've mentioned that, and our friend JD Church. We lost him back in February. So I think that the returniversary show is going to be that JD tribute show. We did one on Superhero Time, but we haven't done one an official one yet for RFC. So I think our mid-June show is going to be the JD tribute show. I was thinking about that today, and I really think it's time for that. So hopefully, between now and then, I'll be able to compile all of the best JD moments throughout RFC, and maybe even Fanboy Versus. So if you have a favorite moment from JD that you specifically want me to put in the show, or any specific JD story that you want me to talk about, tweet me or tweet us. I'm at bkilby or at tfradio on Twitter. Or you can shoot us an email, contact@tfradio.net. There are lots of ways for you to reach out to us. Please do so, because that's going to be awesome. We miss JD, and he's left a big hole, no joke intended, in our lives and in our hearts. And tfradio.net/JD. On the show this week, we have Melvar, M. Bob Saget, host. I guess you're host of. Are you NPR and the Turtle Lair podcast?
Yep, I am.
And two great shows also on the network. We also have Diecast, Don, who is now splitting his time between Radio Free Cybertron and TFYLP. He is now.
Traitor!
He is now.
There's now more of me to love everywhere.
Is that official? Is that official yet? Have I
they just asked me last week, and I said sure. So I don't know. I haven't talked to Weird Wolf since, but I'll be on there at least on a semi-regular basis. So
next show is about Victory, or are you guys waiting a little while to get to Victory?
I'm not. I think that's like a show or two away.
Okay, they've been doing a retrospective on the Japanese G1 series, and they've done Headmasters. They did Master Force last week.
Oh yes.
I haven't got.
There, Don.
I started listening. I ended up getting. I was still in the news when I stopped. I had to go to bed, but I'm gonna finish listening to that tomorrow. I really enjoy that show, and I like those guys. So.
And one of the guys pulls out Black Zareth, and it's like I can't beat that. I've got Grand Maximus, yes, but I don't have Black Zareth.
Most people don't have him. Most people don't have him in One Piece. And also on the show this week we have Hey Mickey from Superhero Time.
Hey.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey Mickey.
Now 100% tornado free.
Yeah.
And video free as well.
Well, only for a little bit. It is tornado season.
Yes, fantastic.
So is that not like duck or rabbit season? It's tornado season.
Pretty much.
Duck season, rabbit season.
I got you.
I don't.
Now the joy is that tornado season ends just before hurricane season starts.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mother Nature.
Yeah. So
Stupid planet.
Yeah, the thing it sucks. Like living in North Carolina, and
Yeah.
2.5 of us do that. Don almost does. He's from North Carolina. We have great weather for the most part. It's not like San Diego like weather, but it's pretty darn good.
It's bipolar weather.
But we don't have to deal with earthquakes. But darn hurricanes, they suck.
Hurricanes and humidity.
Yeah, I mean it's not like as bad as Florida, but yeah, like there's a good chunk of the year that we just have to worry about hurricanes, but not tornadoes for the most part. So
We didn't used to have to worry about tornadoes just in the past 4 years.
I wonder why.
El Nino.
Yes,
I'll say Bush.
that works.
Sorry, no.
Pick your favorite scapegoat and insert here.
There.
Fort Max.
Megatron! Curse
Megatron.
you!
It's Megatron's master plan.
It really is.
So on the show this week, we have news. We have Q&A with Rob Springer. This week in history, and we should have comic news, which I'm gonna cover my mouth if you're watching the video as I say that, so that I can edit this out. We have comic news on the show this week, tentatively. But before yes, we love comics. Apparently, Amy wanted me to mention this. I'm assuming that if she's on the comic segment, she'll mention this as well. But Free Comic Book Day is it this weekend, Ronnie?
It's this Saturday, yeah.
Every
comic book shop in America.
Yeah, every good comic book shop anyway. So I think there's a G.I. Joe Transformers. The kickoff of that is part of Free Comic Book Day. Is that right?
Well, those stories are always great.
I believe I believe it's a preview. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris McFeely says it's great. So.
Well, I hope he's right.
Chris
It'd be nice to be surprised.
Well, Chris has a soft spot in his heart for G.I. Joe Transformers team up. So.
Yes, my wife just brought me a monster, so thank you, Ken. I will be enjoying this during the show.
Well, I guess
is
he's
this the protein one that you got a case of?
Is it G.I. Joe or Action Force?
No.
Depends on what continent you're on.
I guess, yeah. Actually, that's a good point. Do they edit that for
It may be G.I. Joe now everywhere. I don't know if Action Force is still around.
I thought G.I. Joe wasn't going to be around. So.
Oh.
Well, in the halls of Hasbro, yeah.
Best attempts.
Yeah. No, in the halls of Hasbro, G.I. Joe is not around. G.I. Joe is whispered amongst those that remain.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Cobra has won.
Hey, are we still making that Terradrome thing? Yeah, that's probably the last thing.
I want that so
totally
bad.
in the works.
I just had a sudden image of Hasbro with bustling full of people, and you see two figures walk up to each other, and they look around and say, "Yo, Joe," and they walk away.
Yeah.
Instead of Hell Hydra, "Yo, Joe."
Yeah, that's probably some truth to that. There are probably 2 G.I. Joe fans left at Hasbro. Hey, so before we get
left period.
left period, before we get into this week in history, Bob/Ronnie has something that he wanted to tell us about at his website, Needless Essentials Online.
That's right. Oh, thanks, Brian. So you guys know it's the 30th anniversary, right?
What of what?
Of this Transformerdom.
The show
If y'all don't.
The show 227. Or Amen, maybe?
Yes. Jack A is now 30 years old.
Golden Girls? I'm just spitting out all these NBC shows from the 80s. Go ahead, sorry.
You are spitting out a lot of NBC shows, and you missed Night Court. How can you miss Night Court?
And Amen.
My God. We have one listener left. But no, it's in honor of Transformers' 30th anniversary, the website that I write for occasionally and help run normally. Is doing a top 50 greatest Transformer figures of all time countdown. The main thing is that this countdown comes from you, the fans. So what I need everyone that likes Transformers to go to Needless Essentials Online. You can find the link on the RFC Facebook page. And just in the comments section, type in your top 15, what you think is the greatest figures of all time. The only thing they have to be Hasbro, the Collectors Club, or Takara. They can't be third party, unfortunately.
Cybertron Blur, number 1.
You can just stop right there.
G1 Wheelie.
I like Wheelie, actually, honestly.
Now,
That's I can't wait. I can't wait to find the people that are going to do that and just see. You're like, wait a minute.
So I would actually recommend. This is not my top favorite, of course, but I would actually recommend Sidearm Sideswipe from the movies.
That is a really
Write them
solid
in.
movie
Give it
toy.
out.
Was that the Mech Tech version?
No, it's the one. It's the one with the recolor with the red windows that had the 2 pistols instead of the swords.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And he had the really nice looking blue and yellow version in Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, the Walmart version.
Yeah.
I just want Energon Guzzling Swerve. You know, that one variant where it just comes with his own bar.
So basically, we go to the website and we submit our list. So is it an email? What is it?
No, what you do is you just click on the link at RFC, or you go to the Needless Essentials Facebook page, and while you're there, give us a like. Yeah, that's right, it's a cheap plug. But just go to the website itself, click on the article. Down in the comments section, underneath the article, that's where you give me your top 15.
Okay.
But now, what if there's like repaints of the same toy? Would you as different characters? Are you going by like mold or by character? Like for example,
I'm going by whichever one you think is best.
Okay, because it's like I've got the Cybertron Scattershot,
Mm-hmm.
but I like the flak version from the BotCon set better as far as the colors and stuff.
Then put that one down.
Okay, so even though cool.
It is. It's purely subjective, based on your own opinion on what you think makes the better one. If it's a different color scheme, but it's the same transformation, put the one that you think you prefer.
Cool.
I mean, I can't. You know, the only thing is a lot of people want to put third parties in. I'm just like, I can't do that. It's got to be Hasbro, and we're including Collectors Club. We'll be nice, and we'll do Takara, since Takara does have some exclusives that are not available anywhere else.
That's true.
Like Senator
Now, are
Rath.
Power Dashers 3 separate toys or just one toy?
I'm including all of the any sort of combiner stuff as one toy.
Oh, that's cheating.
That is absolutely cheating, but
It's not like I would split. It's not like I would split flywheels or like any. Well, there's only 2 Duocons,
You're,
but
you're supposed to split them.
yeah. I don't know. That's awesome.
I think I'll put in Twin Twist.
But yeah, just go to needlessessentialsonline.com, click search for Transformers, or just go to the RFC Facebook page and click on the link. It'll take you there. Just give me your top 15.
Sweet, awesome.
And then come back May 20th for the final results.
So that's 3 weeks from today, basically.
3 weeks.
Awesome. Okay, so this week in history. Technically, this week from when the show will post, May 6th and May 7th, 1999, we got the last 2 episodes of Beast Wars. Nemesis Part 1 and Part 2. We did a Transformers Rewind on this episode, and I'll need to link to it during these episodes. I'll link to it. Just a weird menagerie. Well, it's only 2 parts. It's just this weird collection of like there's a Bob and Larry episode, and then there's a Furman episode. It's the only Furman thing, period, from Beast Wars, at least as far as the TV show goes. There might have been something comic-wise that I'm not thinking of. But it's kind of a downer.
Well, the body count doesn't help. Now, spoilers for a show that's almost 20 years old. But you lose Inferno, Quick Strike.
The hardest loss of all.
Yeah, Inferno, Quick Strike, Tiger Hawk,
Dinobot 2.
Dinobot 2, Ravage.
Did we lose Tarantulas in that episode too, or was that earlier?
Tarantulas. When did Tarantulas bite it?
Yeah, it was the one before, I think, when the Vok blew up his base.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the body count was just like
But the humans survived.
Ugwick Wiki survived.
Wiki.
Ugwick Wiki was still mildly more intelligent than Spikewick Wiki, so
That's true.
cheered for Ugg. Look, it had a high body count, but the ending was almost pitch perfect
Yeah.
because Waspinator being like a god made my day.
And it was ruined forever.
It was ruined for who knew what was to follow.
I'm a fan of Beast Machines, and I will still say that kind of
Yeah.
ruined it.
Yeah, I think I would enjoy Beast Wars even more than what I do is if Beast Machines just did not exist. I'm
If
sorry,
Beast-
it's just
If Beast Machines was its own thing and
Yes.
didn't try to be a
Yes.
continuation,
Yes.
then
Agreed
it'd have been
thoroughly.
perfectly fine. It was a good storyline, a good attempt, but too many of these characters wound up being completely different.
If I could separate the two, it would be ideal. I can't. It's not its own separate thing. Yeah, my problem with the ending of Beast Wars is the same thing as my ending with animated.
ended.
It ended, and I wanted more, and I didn't find the ending as satisfying as it should have been. Animated, they kind it ended, but
Animated didn't truly end. It just got cut off.
yes, Beast Wars though it didn't end so much. I mean, it had a pretty final ending. They go back to Cybertron. Everything is hunky dory. They have Megatron in tow, or he's tied to
The ship.
the ship. But I just know in my heart that they basically botched that with the first episode of Beast Machines.
Would you say Prime is the best ending we've gotten so far?
Best or most? Well, no, because they had to have a movie to really.
I don't
You
count
mean-
the movie.
You don't
know-
need the movie though for the ending of Prime because
Here's the problem I have with Prime because of the new show we're getting. Optimus is now Optimus Kenobi.
yeah, it's
Sacrifices himself and then he comes back as a ghost.
It's
I
the-
can't wait for Bumblebee to go to the Dagobah system.
It's the same. Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing though with Beast Wars and Beast Machines. One follows into the other. I can't separate the two, so it's not a fair comparison for me.
Fair
But
enough.
not that I'm a huge fan of Cybertron, but Cybertron probably had the most complete ending.
Still haven't gotten all the way through Cybertron. Energon burned me out so bad.
Well, I will say what helps me with Cybertron is the new footage that they had created that does bring all the characters back at the end, so you do get a little bit of a better feeling this is all one continuity from the U.S. side. I mean, no one loved Kicker, but it was nice to see him back as far as part
No,
of the
it
package.
was
Yeah.
not.
And
Kicker
we got
is the devil.
we got to see Alexis and the kids from Armada. So it's,
Don. Kicker is the worst thing.
I know,
to happen to
I'm just saying-
Transformers.
as a package deal, it was nice to see the attempt at continuity.
And so Don and I don't know. I think we pretty much agree, but we don't at the same time. And you'll see what I'm saying. I'm a huge fan of Rebirth. I love Rebirth.
I like it.
I love Rebirth, and I think on its own, it serves as a pretty good ending to the Transformers. Could they have extended it and we got a season 4 with Headmasters and Headmaster RC and all that? Yeah, but it works. Golden Age returns, Decepticons, flying off in space, and Scorponok pissed off. The end. I'm good with that.
And then we focus on the Headmasters. We're ready to roll.
Yeah.
I think if David Wise had gotten those other two episodes like he was told originally at 5 instead of 3, I think it would have been a lot paced better. But 3 episodes introduce.
I wanted more because I wanted a better fight between Blaster and Soundwave. I'm just saying.
I mean, Rebirth was kind of weird for me because it's like, okay, we're introducing all these characters and now it's over.
So
See, that's what I mean. It was too compressed because of the cutting of 2 episodes.
people listening won't hear me shake my head to M. Bob's comment about Soundwave and Blaster. Sorry. Sorry, go ahead. I'm
If
listening.
you have not seen it, it is the greatest fight that was
But
not good.
we're talking, of course, two different things. We're talking Rebirth compared to Headmasters, and
Yeah.
we both know
Correct.
that's two different things.
And everyone knows Master
Rebirth-
Force is better.
The compressed nature of Rebirth did make for like at least a couple of memorable things. Like I think we're all pretty much sold about Six Shot based on his one appearance on Rebirth. I mean that doesn't get more memorable.
It's amazing that sequence is just completely badass.
And then
And it's a
whole-
toy. It's a 15-second toy commercial.
It
And
is.
And then the punch counter punch. Fine, you deal with my Autobot counterpart.
I hear he's nearby. Real
Really?
nearby.
Yeah. You don't get what just.
I love
What?
Rebirth. I recognize it's awful, but I love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump to the news because we have completely derailed. So this week, I got an
He had
email.
rails.
Yeah, we had rails, supposedly. I got an email. I guess every member of the club or every person at least who has a subscription to the Figure Service 2.0 got their shipping estimate. So basically, what we found out, the first wave of figures, or maybe all the figures, I'm assuming it's the first wave of figures, because I think they're getting these piecemeal, are being shipped from the factory. They should have them ready to go in, was it June? I'm not reading the article, I'm going by memory.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
We don't know what it is,
Yeah, it is about June.
but I'm looking forward to it because the set looks killer.
First thing I thought when I got this email was, A, why did I get this email? Did they take my money? and then second was, I had no idea. Like, I wasn't keeping track of when they were supposed to ship because I didn't sign up for them. So I was like, I wonder if that's news. Is this late like it was for 1.0? I mean, 1.0
I think
was
1.0
like
seemed like
6
way
months late.
later.
Look, I think the rule of thumb is believe it when you got it in your hand. When it's sitting in a box on your actual like front stoop.
Well, I got the best one from Wave 1. I'm sorry. I got the best one.
It's a great toy.
Yes.
It's got a great name.
It has the best
I
name.
love pun names.
So, I posted the next item in the news, and I'll be completely honest, I'm not really up so much on what's going on in the Transformers universe because I am not in yet. Is anybody beta in that yet?
No.
Mm-mm.
So they're basically, I don't want to say pay for play because that's not the right way of putting it.
I think it is.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah.
So basically they have two. Is that price right? Between $44.99
For
and $449.
180 days.
Yeah, and $449.99 for the Cybernet, which I'm assuming is a conflation of
6
Cybertron
months
and
to
Infinite.
a year, they'll be free to play.
Yeah, to basically play. Go to tformers.com. Maybe this will make more sense to everybody else, but it looks like, is this going to give you early access to play if you pay up front now?
It doesn't even look like early access. It just looks like they're going to give you some special characters. You're going to get like 6 special characters. I have no idea what else it's going to give you, but I like someone's comment on tformers.com. It's like, this game was supposed to be free to play, and now they're going to charge us.
So, a friend of mine, Megatron33, who has been on RFC before, but it was like 12 years ago, got into the beta today or earlier this week, and I really haven't had a chance to. He hasn't had a chance to play yet, so I don't really know much about the game. I thought at BotCon 2012 when we signed up for when we reserved our character that meant that we would get earlier access to this, and I have no. They've been working on this for a while, for a long time.
I heard about this at least I think I heard about it at least 3 years ago.
It's been in the works for a while. I mean,
Been 4.
Long time.
probably at least 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
and I still can't play it. I want to play it. I really do.
I don't want to pay $44 to play it.
No.
Me neither.
And that's only for 3 months. So if you don't play, you.
That's a third-party subscription to the Collectors Club. Think this through.
I reserved Billy. So my Transformers character's name is Billy. So for
awesome.
for the perpetuity of time, Billy will be me. So whenever I'm able to play, it will be as Billy.
No,
And-
because they probably threw out all that stuff.
If I remember
Like, all
correctly,
the
if I remember correctly, I'm going to spoil something. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to say it here. So if I remember correctly, John DeLuna got new Soundwave, which is awesome. But XV reserved. Mike's going to hate me for saying this. He reserved TFG1 Mike. That probably wasn't the best thing for Jagex to let us do. I think I went back through and reserved someone else's screen name just to be a jerk. So we love
Brian,
you, Mike.
I'm gonna have to join now just so I can play with you and just be like, Billy, don't be a hero.
Yes.
I would want Steve. Steve would be a good
Steve?
one.
Well, no. So Billy is the name of Blaster in Headmasters. If you didn't know, so in the dub,
Oh,
the
really?
the Headmasters dub, Billy is what they call Blaster, instead of Broadcast. Instead of calling Blur, he's Wally. So and Soundwave is there's Soundwave and Sound Blaster is of course new Soundwave. So.
That is why I will not watch those.
I can't believe you guys haven't watched Melvar. You've watched these.
Oh
yes, yeah. Mickey.
Billy, eject,
I have not watched
Roger,
it, but I know of
Strong,
them.
Steve.
I've watched them all. I love them all. But yeah, so Billy is Blaster. So my character, Billy.
The rerun was like what? Reggie.
No.
Eject was Edward.
Oh God, I forgot what. Because
Steeljaw was Steven.
for the most part, most of the characters had their names. Spike though was Sparkle.
That's pretty close.
It's
That's
close.
the greatest ever. I want that for now. I want a Sparkle Witwicky. Now,
But yeah, so pretty cool.
bring back Shia LaBeouf. Give him that name.
Yeah. So we got a photo this week of the I guess it's the package, but it's really just like a pouch of 46-piece Dinobot ride set, which is Optimus Prime and Grimlock, the Creon kit. It looks pretty amazing.
Why is everybody so gaga over this?
Are you looking at it right now, Don? That's why.
Yes, it's just another Creo set.
It's Optimus Prime riding Grimlock.
For 30
Which we'll
years.
see in the movie.
For 30 years, people have wanted Optimus to just saddle up Grimlock and go to town. And now we're getting that.
It's pretty
Yay.
great.
Or at least I did, and I'm a weird child.
All this set does to me is irritate me. I don't have G1 Creons of the Dinobots on my shelf.
Mmm.
Are we going to be actually able to get this in the store, or is this something that we're going to have to hunt down?
Do you ever get Transformers in the stores?
Depends on the store.
No.
To the Pineville Toys R Us.
I mean, this does look like, the same type of Lego bag that you would get. It's probably like $5.
You'll find it on the
Toys R
register
Us.
next to the candy.
Yeah. But I really hope that Toys R Us picks this up and we see
It's gonna
this in the
be
store.
be right next to the MP10 that they released and the Starscream nobody wants.
I mean, I know tomorrow I'm going there for the Lego Simpsons figures. So I'm going to try my luck at filling up blind bags.
Are those getting released tomorrow?
Tomorrow. Yep, May 1st.
Oh.
Was there a release date of those?
May 1st.
I don't even
Oh,
watch Simpsons,
whoops.
and I want them Legos.
Walmart messed up then because I got mine like a week ago.
So I just want to point out that the Age of Extinction toy launch is Ender's 10th wedding anniversary. I bet Ender's wife is going to be excited waiting in line at Walmart
Yeah,
to buy
Ender,
Age of Extinction
yeah.
toys.
Bring a book, Ender's wife.
Take her someplace nice, Ender.
Yes, take her to the Chili's.
Take her to Chili's after.
How romantic.
No.
Hey, it's a proven
No,
fact.
no,
There's a Chili's at least 5 miles away from any Walmart ever.
Not mine.
Okay, 10 miles for Brian. Brian, why be such a
Yeah,
contrarian?
take her someplace where there's no prices on the menu.
Oh. Yeah. That's pretty sweet.
That's terrible advice.
Yeah, that's pretty much true.
That's like saying go to a place where you can't pronounce what's on the menu, which for me is McDonald's.
What's that? A Mick what?
What? So you just put Mick in front of everything? You can't do that.
So,
Go Taco Bell and order some large vaginas.
like my friend Ricky, we were talking before the show about Ric Flair stories. My friend Ricky and Jem. Jem was the one in pre-show that I mentioned that had wrestled Bobby Eaton. They both worked at the Subway here in town. And
Bobby Eaton worked at Subway?
no, my friend Jem.
That's amazing.
Who wrestled Bobby Eaton.
That's less
But
amazing.
they would say that people would always come in and want chipotle sauce on their sandwiches, and yeah, it's pretty bad. So
I'd love for them to go to the Chipotle Grill.
we have more news on MP22, which is Ultra Magnus. We know what's going to come with the toy now. We have a little more detail. So it includes with Ultra Magnus, an additional face, a weapon, a Daniel figure, a Spike figure, fists, a manual, and you don't have to remove the cabin vehicle mode to transform.
I can't wait to. It better be better than the Titanium series.
Yeah. I
How
have,
can you get better than that?
I have a
You
feeling.
can't beat
Easily.
this.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You
Energon
can beat
one
it
is
with a
better than the
stick.
Titanium series.
Well, let me ask y'all this: Have y'all? I've looked at this great prototype for the last few days. I can't tell. Does the cab not have a robot mode, or is it just the grayscale plastic is hiding all the seams?
Well, it says that it's a totally new mold, so, which surprises me because I just assumed that it was MP10.
That's what
Everyone
we all thought.
did.
I mean,
Yeah, we all thought until we saw clearer pictures.
I'm actually
I
going to be a little bit disappointed if I can't take the white cab itself and just make it a little tiny robot.
You're probably the only one.
Yeah.
No, I totally wanted a white Prime with armor.
I hate. God, I fluctuate back and forth. I waffle on whether I'm a toy person or a show person, just depending on the situation.
It's going to be the new fandom fight coming up. It just, do we part form out the Masterpiece Magnus, or do we make them one solid piece? Which is better?
That's probably true.
Yeah, I just couldn't tell myself if there was a robot mode to that cab or not.
Apparently
I don't
not.
think there is.
I mean,
Sorry, Don.
KFC already did the all-in-one combined thing, so I was kind of okay with this not being an all-in-one combined. Just to be different.
Yeah.
And then just as a PSA also, this is actually, as of right now, available for pre-order at hobbylinkjapan.com.
I thought it sold out, so they brought it back.
No, I checked before the show, and it is still available on pre-order at HLJ.
Great.
By the
for
time
a
you
significantly
post it-
discounted price.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's about 141 plus shipping.
Very nice. That's great.
Now the
So.
shipping is going to is going to add to it some, but it's still a good chance it'll be cheaper than.
How is HLJ with fulfilling Transformer orders? Because when it comes
Good.
to Toku stuff, they're not exactly reliable.
I've never
Well,
had a problem.
I've gotten all
Okay.
three of my Dotson brothers from them, and other than, yeah, I didn't have a PayPal billing agreement set up, so I had to make a separate step to pay for the shipping instead of the way I had it set up before. But other than an extra step, that was my fault. I've had no problems getting the stuff fulfilled. The only thing is, some of my EMS stuff, that by the time the tracking gets in the system on their end, it's here. Or at least within a day or so of arriving. So,
But there's not as much issues of saying them taking a pre-order that it never shows up.
I've not had that on any of the Dotson brothers at all. So that's why I have my pre-order in there.
So I guess that's just more of a Toku problem then.
Yes.
Sounds that way. So, next up, Masterpiece Prowl and Grimlock have been confirmed as Toys R Us exclusive figures in the U.S.
Well, I knew Grimlock was coming.
Yeah. We talked last week about we knew that the UK release was happening, but it looks like we are also getting Prowl in the US and Grimlock effectively a reissue in new packaging. So
I'm amazed.
Well,
that
here's-
they're- I'm
So
amazed they're doing
buy
the
them as
Prowl.
quickly as possible because Toys R Us is going to keep on raising the price until you can't buy them.
what diecast? What were you saying?
I was going to say, here's the interesting thing, too. That article from T-Formers actually says Grimlock is going to be showing up soon. So, I guess start checking now. I don't really know. And they said Prowl is going to be August.
I'm amazed they actually got Prowl. I can't believe Hasbro actually ponied up the money.
Yeah. Yeah. Did in any other line? Do they actually have they don't have any other vehicle toys, do they, Hasbro?
No.
So they specifically had to get licensing for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why it's going to be $70 in the U.S. It was actually probably
Wait! The price was announced for that?
$69.99.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God, yeah. Like Triplet was saying he was going to wait for that to be released. No, that was a bad idea.
Yeah, there's absolutely no reason to hesitate on pre-ordering the Masterpiece cars to import them, because if Toys R Us gets them, they're marking them up.
Now, this is something I thought of, guys. I just want to get your opinion on it. Since Prowl is the first of the new Masterpieces coming out in the U.S., do you think Hasbro might stretch out the line a little bit by adding alternators into the mix?
No.
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that would be a gateway for them to add molds that don't have MP toys. Since you could say some of the alternators are similar to the Masterpiece.
They're similar, but
But nowhere.
I don't see them
But
doing
Masterpiece toys are generally fun.
Yeah.
That's
And since they're a Toys R Us exclusive, I really don't see a need for them to stretch out the line either.
Right.
The stretching out is being done by Takara, not releasing them like all at once. Anyway, so it's going to naturally. What it would do would be filling out the line more than stretching it out, I think. But no, I still don't see that happening. And thank God, because alternators kind of suck. But it would be kind of neat if we got maybe some of the KISS Players figures that we didn't get over here.
No.
Hey,
Oh,
Brian,
no.
say that again.
No, I'm not going to say that.
Can we
No.
recorded that, right?
No. Okay.
Brian, you remember what I showed you.
Yeah. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Haunts your nightmares, doesn't it?
Yes, yeah, it really does. Moving to third-party news. So, let's see here. Toy World's Swamper. His name's Swamper. I like that. He's the not Skullcruncher figure.
He's also not a crocodile.
Yeah, that's true.
You asked for too much.
It looks okay.
The colors are nice.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Was it Toy World or Fans Project that we were going to get repainted as the Alligator Con from City of Steel?
Fans Project.
That's the one.
Project.
That's the one I want then.
Yeah.
You know, I like this figure from the front, but when you see the feet at the angle, it's like he's wearing the same kind of platform shoes that Grimlock's going to get when you get Scoria. But these from the side, it doesn't look as good as from the front.
Oh, I see that, Don. I totally see what you mean by that. Yeah, that does look a little weird.
Yeah, from the front it looks good, because it looks just like, you know, a foot and a leg, different color. But on the side, it's just weird.
Yeah, I think it's just the angle. It probably will look fine on your shelf when you get it.
It's the
Actually,
green and the pink are such a contrast that
I like it.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love the colors. It's just I kind of want that alligator con.
Oh God, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Fans Project is taking their sweet old time with that.
They got a lot of irons in the fire right now. I was hoping the next Toy World announcement would be the next Not Throttlebot.
Wait,
I mean,
those
this
are
is
still going
kinda-
on. Who's left?
We got 3 left. We got
Yeah, we've only gotten 3.
We
got
Chase.
Wide Load.
Roll bar.
Oh no, wait. Chase,
Bumblebee.
Roll Bar, and Searchlight came out, right?
Bumblebee.
Okay.
And
No, those
You
are
need-
those.
we
No,
we
we-
got
no.
Roll Bar, Searchlight, and Trace,
Right.
are the 3 we've got.
Right. So
Okay. So we need Goldbug.
Goldbug, Wide Load, and
Freeway.
Freeway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could. Oh God. Okay, so Grind Rod. What were
Roll
the
Bar.
Aurora.
Aurora,
It's
Searchlight?
Chase.
Oh,
Searchlight.
Chase. Yeah, it's Searchlight, right?
Yeah, and Trace
Yeah.
is Chase.
Yeah, Trace is Chase.
Tracer.
I'm guessing Wide Load will probably be the last one.
He's ugly. I mean,
I don't think it just call Wide Load fat ass.
that would be
For
right.
real.
So how often do you see an orange and blue dump truck?
Or just call him Trunk Junk.
Trunk junk. That's awesome.
That'll be the combined mode name.
That's ridiculous. I can't believe that those are still coming out, or have yet to come out.
Yeah. But again, it's just fans projects. The headmasters are taking forever. The toy world, the not throttle bots are taking a while. It's just it seems the Predakings are taking over all the production slots.
That's what we need. We need more third-party Predakings. Start cranking them bad boys out.
They look great. It's just the character's not that important enough for me to get an upgrade.
Eventually,
One of those Predakings we're gonna get at a really nice clearance price. I'm pretty
really
sure.
I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna get them all, put them in a room, and whoever survives, that shall be my Predaking.
So next up,
Oh, Highlander. No, okay.
no, what the
I'll
Highlander?
make a Predaking out of just different dive bombs.
That would be so weird. Okay. So we talked about Citizen Stack a couple weeks ago. And Keith from Keith's Fantasy Club basically put out a couple of potential prototype, well, actually, not teaser images because it's actually full renders of what the toys will look like. 2 recolors of Citizen Stack that are possible. Of course, the one that I want is Powered Convoy because awesome. And the other is Shining Magnus.
Now remind me, Citizen Stack is their MP not Ultra Magnus?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
I'm amazed they're actually going ahead with this.
It's going to be out long before Masterpiece Magnus is. I mean, it's already out.
Oh, and Ronnie, I brought this up last week. Citizen Stack, although he does not scale great with MP10, he does scale really well with MP01. And he does have his own. He does have his own set of charms on his own. So there
But
could
who
be
wants MP01? I know people that are selling MP01s just for the chance of getting an MP10.
You can find it at Goodwill. So quick,
MP01.
he's okay.
You can just get a gold MP10. I mean, they're sitting on the shelves at Toys
they
R
want
Us.
a good version.
Get
of the
Pimpimus
toy.
Prime.
Hey, Don.
Yeah.
Don so guys, correct me. Was I wrong? Citizen Stack's already or close to being out, isn't it? People
He's
already
out.
People have their
He's
hands
out?
on him. Okay,
He's
Okay.
out.
that's what I thought.
That answers that question. I didn't realize he was out.
Yeah, some places are waiting on their second shipment.
So what do you guys think about the Shining Magnus or whatever they're going to call it?
It's P-Piss Magnus.
Yeah, I'd rather have the doc.
So if
Doc
that's
What's your
Commander
language, Don?
So if this isn't done in translucent plastic, it's just going to be wrong.
It's wrong already.
It's wrong already, but it needs to be translucent plastic.
Hey, in their defense, there's not a lot they thought they could do with this. So they just said, you know what? Ghost Magnus.
But yeah, Die Commander Stack looks awesome.
Yes.
I want it bad.
I will
And
get that in a second.
Yeah,
I will get that color scheme when they release the masterpiece.
if they release it.
I'm sure
They're
they
not
will.
going to release that in Masterpiece colors. I really doubt they would release that in Masterpiece colors.
I have for years, and I've mentioned this on the show over and over again, kicked myself for not getting that reissue Diaclone Power Convoy that came out. I'm going to have to get this.
Yeah, I think with them doing, because I was still literally on the fence between Masterpiece Magnus and Citizen Stack. I like both for different reasons, but if they do go ahead with the Diaclone color version, that makes it a lot easier for me to have both, but still be different characters. So that helped make my decision, definitely.
I just retweeted a tweet from Andrew Bowman, and it's really weird. It's yeah. You'll just people at Twitter go to twitter.com/bkilby, and it's kind of freaked me out a little. Hey Andrew, I'm glad you're watching. Sorry, I had to mention that. But yeah, so I'm definitely getting Citizen Stacks, or not Citizen Stack, Die Commander Stack, and I'm gonna have to break that to my wife. So I'll do that here in a minute. So I had to mention this in the show because it's so damned weird. So apparently there is a KO onslaught or something that's already out there. That's apparently available already. If I'm reading the story correctly, and guys,
It's
I'm not
already available.
Yeah, the onslaught. It's a knockoff. It's a knockoff onslaught that's available, like wherever knockoffs are sold. Like
Sam Goodies.
Like yeah, when I say knockoff, I mean knockoff in the classic sense that it's an unofficial stolen toy.
We're talking G1.
No, the universe onslaught.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the
Straight
Ultra.
up stole it.
Yeah, so that figure, it's a knockoff. That somehow, some way, I don't get this. They have decided to do a modification of that into Strika.
Ooh.
It's so weird, but I want it.
Looks good.
I want it. I really want it.
The mold does work as Strika.
It does.
Yeah.
That's actually amazing.
I mean,
Maybe this is the way to go. Instead of waiting for the Transformers Collectors Club to do remold something and color it different. Let's let the third parties do it. We'll probably get them a little bit cheaper than what Transformers Collectors Club charges.
yeah.
I think Hasbro's a little more liable to take notice of this though than standard third-party stuff, because this is straight up stealing the mold.
This happens all the time. I mean, go to, not so much anymore, but if you used to go to Big Lots and you would find like carded versions of like ultra scale Beast Wars figures. I mean, it was super common. I mean, still you go to like some low rent dollar stores and you'll find like Dollar Tree. The last time I paid attention, they had KO Cybertron figures. I mean, KO
Family
is
Dollar still has Robot Masters knockoffs.
yeah, that's exactly right. They do. Like these knockoffs have been a cornerstone, really, of my collecting for years. Like
It's only been around since G1 with Shockwave.
well, yeah, Shockwave was. I think there was a licensing thing with that toy that made it technically not a knockoff. But
technicalities.
I mean, like it wasn't common. It was. I think at one point there were knockoff GoBots on the shelf, on the same shelves as the actual GoBots. If I remember correctly, because I remember as a kid buying knockoff GoBots that I thought were legitimate, genuine GoBots.
I can see why.
Yeah. So, I mean, the fact that we have this figure that legitimizing it by calling it third party is not, because I'm not saying third party is legitimate, but the fact that a KO figure has been modified into another
Something
figure,
cool.
yeah, blows my mind.
It's like a knockoff modification.
It's so weird.
It's a 2.5 party figure.
Yeah, it's just it's like a second and a half figure, party figure, or fourth
We could
party.
call them the
fourth-
League of Transformers Collectors Club that won't steal your credit card.
No. What it is? What it is?
Let's not make promises they can't keep now.
What it is? It's third party collectors club.
Yeah.
So it's like collectors club, but it's unofficial. It's unofficial collectors club figures.
It's like a mass-produced custom.
Yeah, it's so
That's great. Third party collectors club.
it's so weird, and I don't know. It's just mind twist. It's just mind boggling. It's just so odd. But I want it.
And the last line says they're also working on using the Energon bulkhead for Obsidian.
That's not as good an idea.
No,
But with this one, the Striker was just the first mold they were planning on doing. There were 3 or 4 other ideas they had for the same mold too, like a Grimlock.
has anyone actually seen this knockoff anywhere? The Onslaught? I haven't.
No.
I'll be scouring the big lots here soon.
I think Big Lots got in trouble with Hasbro years ago from carrying all the knockoffs, which is the reason they cut it out. Because Hasbro basically said they wouldn't sell, if I remember correctly, Hasbro said they wouldn't sell them actual Transformers to sell if they didn't stop that stuff.
I think they would have been better off if they just kept the knockoffs, because the
For
only
real?
actual Transformers they sell is $9 armor hides and backstops.
And Legends Bumblebee with Helipack for 10 that you can now find back in the stores.
And they're $12 Robot Hero 2-packs.
I do want to point out, it's not so much with the Transformers, but with G.I. Joe and everything else at least, like all of the figures that Hasbro puts out specifically for like Family Dollar and Dollar General, they all feel like knockoffs.
Well, because all Joes are knockoffs.
That's not true. But like you find like a Dollar General Spider-Man, which they charge $6 for. It's like all rubbery and nasty. Don't know why. Anything else before we take a break?
Hey Brian,
yes.
Just to double check, Cosmos and Swerve, was that found last week at retail in the U.S. or was that after
it was found. I thought it was found in Canada. Was it found in the U.S. as well?
Yes, it was found in Washington State.
Holy crap!
Anyone finds a Swerve, grab me one. That's all I'm saying.
Big Bad Toy Store still didn't get those in, and they were saying I think they were scheduled for late April.
Let me check my BBTS pre-order, and I will tell you.
I went to Target today to go hunting, and I was all excited because I saw they had filled the pegs. And then I realized it was full of Optimus and Bumblebees. Which means they'll never show up at this Target.
Right now it's saying May 2014.
Okay.
They still ain't filled the pegs at the 2 Targets I go to, so
that means you still have a chance.
I keep hoping that I'll find some Age of Extinction stuff at Walmart, like Rob Springer did, but nope.
Oh, someone actually found stuff.
He found the flip changer Grimlock. Yeah.
I heard that thing sucks.
He loves it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, we pretty much try to keep that from happening just because, street dates and stuff.
yeah.
Because you hate the fans. We understand.
But Don has them all already in his apartment. He just can't show us.
Right.
I think what happened with them is Hasbro actually shipped them with no date on the box. Like usually they put a big sticker on it saying, do not put on the shelf till this date. And I don't think Hasbro did that, so I think it's their fault.
It's possible. It's
Curse
possible.
you, Hasbro.
Because there's not that many. If it happened at one store, okay, someone was a little, retarded when they put the stuff out. But with the amount of stores that it's been happening at, it can't be, the employee's fault.
It's true.
Unless they all work together in some odd protest against Walmart.
True. Okay, let's go ahead and take a break. And
Hold on.
What?
Let me do one thing. Go to Needless Essentials. Go to Needless Essentials online. Get your votes in. Let your voice be heard. Top 15 Transformers.
Okay. We got that.
You said you're to remind you.
At the end of the show.
It's at the end of the show.
No, it's not. We'll be back after this.
I jumped the gun.
You're messing up our feng shui.
Well,
Brian's
John-
feng shui.
Well, Brian, just edit it out.
I'll leave it. That was fun. Okay.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, Brian, I couldn't remember if that came up during TFYLP last week or on
I don't know.
RFC last week, so that's why. I wanted to bring it up.
Don, if you're gonna get the shows confused, you can't do this.
No,
I'm sitting here mourning the loss of the Chromia RC wave.
It's not gone forever.
That's a sore spot.
That's
with
what
Don.
they say.
No,
Don't
it's not.
make him depressed.
No, I am completely and totally not surprised by this. I'd be more surprised if it hadn't happened.
Don,
Of them
Don,
getting delayed.
G1 RC is cursed.
Johnny,
Just face facts.
Ronnie, we just keep telling him they pulled it to make it a headmaster. He's fine
Which I
with
don't
it.
believe.
Oh.
Which I do not believe.
Oh, look, all I'm gonna say is, look, we were thinking of doing a Headmaster RC for Sharkticon, and a week later, we canceled Sharkticon. She's cursed! Is all I'm saying.
Wait. Canceled?
Until further notice.
So it's not happening?
You've not seen the announcement?
No.
I didn't see that announcement. I just
the
got my
2015 the
Sharkticon
2015
Club
show
money
was canceled?
refinished.
The 2015 show is canceled?
For the time being, unless we can get the actual fundage. Don't spread that out yet, but that's the poop scoop.
I hadn't heard anything about that.
How
at
many
all.
people signed up for the Sharkticon Club?
40.
How many
We needed 200.
I signed up.
I signed up.
I signed up too.
That's 3 right there.
Yeah. Don, did you sign up?
I didn't know anything about it.
I mentioned it on the show!
I still don't know anything about it. I have extenuating circumstances.
Don was still trying to figure out how to pronounce Kajagoogoo.
Yeah. Chicken cacciatore.
Okay, let's come back. So we are back. Thank you, Rob, and/or XV and Rob. I have no idea if comics actually played or not. So
that More Than Meets the Eye issue was insane.
I can't wait to read it. I was able to, thanks to that Comixology sale, I was able to not catch up, but buy all of Dark Energon, the pieces that I've missed so far, for like cheap. And after Amazon bought Comixology and gave me that $5, I got like 20 issues for $15.
Wait.
Pretty great. I have to admit, pretty great. So, one thing I want to mention on the show, and I keep wanting to mention this, and I forget like every other week, to help spread podcast love. And I love podcasts, I really do. I look at my phone, I use Dogcatcher on Amazon and Stitcher, on Android, as well as Stitcher, depending on whether or not the show is on Stitcher, to listen. And a podcast that I listen to is the Jim Cornette Experience.
Oh!
I've been trying to get back into wrestling, and not that the Jim Cornette Experience podcast is specifically about wrestling.
No, even if you don't like wrestling, I highly recommend it too, because Jim Cornette is a insane, funny man.
He's hilarious, and you can find it at MLW Radio. Just Google it, Jim Cornette Experience or MLW Radio. It's really fun. It's a great listen. Even if you don't like wrestling, it's a fun show. And if you have a show or if you know of a show that you think I'd like and I'd like to mention on RFC, just the way to reach me, at bkilby or at tfradio or at facebook.com/tfradio or contact at tfradio.net. There's lots of ways. Let me know. I'm always looking for new podcasts, though the new episode of Hardcore History came out, and it's like nearly 4 hours long, and I'm only a third of the way through, so I'll be listening to that for the next couple days. But pretty excited. So, but yeah. If I forget, let me guys remind me that each week, because I keep forgetting to do this. And podcasting is such a big part of my life, and I know it's the same way for a lot of people out there, and I do want to help spread the podcast love. Speaking of, Bob, you're on a couple of podcasts.
I am.
Tell us about those.
Well, I host Nebulon Pirate Radio. We're a monthly-based toy podcast.
Monthly-ish.
It's amazing how hard it is to get 6 random guys together in one room when life gets in the way. And that sounded a lot worse than I meant it to.
It sounded pretty amazing to me, personally.
Do you record that at Dave's apartment?
I do. We record that in Dave's apartment.
I got to see the setup, and that because I was at his place a weekend or two ago, and it's a nice setup. I really like it. If I ever get the chance, I would totally be willing to go down there and help out. So
we totally want you to come down there.
That was pretty awesome. I really like that. Nice little mixer. Good mics. That's a better setup than I told him the 99% of people who podcast have.
Why, thank you.
Pretty sweet.
Thank you. I also host the weekly-ish. A lot of ishes. But no, the weekly Turtle Air podcast. Every week me, Dave, and two other guys get together. We just talk turtles. That's more of a Skype issue though on this one. That's why we can make it weekly and not randomly monthly. But yeah, if you like turtles, come take a listen, man.
That's at tmntpodcast.com.
Sit back and let the turtle love flow all over you.
Mickey, you're on Superhero Time each week.
Yep. For the time being.
For time being.
For as long as you'll have us on the air.
Yes. Well, I don't listen, so...
That's for the best.
That's for the best.
I'm going to ask you, what does Superhero Time cover?
Tokusatsu, and Pokemon, and Star Trek, and drinking, prostitutes,
fart jokes.
You know, just sort of the whole spectrum there.
Where do I sign up? I want to be on this.
You really don't.
I heard Star Trek, prostitutes, and drinking. I'm in.
Yeah, I think XV has, actually, you know, it's Superhero Time. Not to talk too much inside baseball. Superhero Time is still, it hasn't passed RFC in listeners, but it's a very popular show, and I think XV probably has a line of people who want to be on. I know he has a line of people who want to be on, so...
Bless their hearts. They don't know any better.
You'd probably have to take a number.
301?
Yeah, now serving number 15, so...
Where's that head shrinker guy?
Superhero Time is a fun show. I don't get any of it, but when I do listen...
We don't either.
I do enjoy hearing it.
It is
Hello,
definitely not
Brian
for the younger...
is the greatest shill man of all time.
Yes, I try to be. And Don, you are now on the competition. I'm kidding.
Traitor.
You betrayed the family. You broke my heart, Don.
There are a lot of Transformers podcasts, like a lot, and I'm not going to comment on the quality of most of them, but I really do like TFYLP.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to being over there as often as I can. Trying to just help out where possible.
And that's at TF Talk, TALK, TFTalk.net.
And besides, doesn't the world need more of this? Really?
Pretty much. That's why we have you on each week, Don, because we love you. The world loves Don. The whole world.
I thought it was a part of your court sentence.
The court of being so awesome that one podcast can't contain me.
Well, he has that ankle bracelet on, so he can only go to work or
I
stay
know
in the
somebody-
house.
That's massacre around my foot.
I know somebody in the Transformers fandom who has one of those. I can't name their name, but you have heard of them. Okay, that's all I can say. Okay, so hey guys, anything else? Diecast, you're on Twitter.
I'm on Twitter at Diecast2, and you can follow me, and hopefully we'll have some exciting stuff going on within the next, 6 months.
Yeah, well,
And Diecast will be taking on Ricky Steamboat at the Subway.
Yes.
we were talking before the show about wrestling, and most people don't know, Diecast actually was a wrestler. Like a professional wrestler. He learned under, Stevie Richards?
Yeah, Stevie Richards.
At his school, so he actually is a wrestler, like, legit. But he hasn't done it in years.
Probably about 9 years, 10 years.
Did you have a finishing move?
Yeah, it was kind of similar to,
It was similar to God?
No.
What does God need with the finishing move?
It was a Lucha Libre. It was like a combination of Lucha Libre and, I'm only 5'6", so, and I was a lot skinnier back then, so I was kind of like a mix between Triple H and Lucha Libre wrestling.
Okay.
Rey Mysterio, that's who you were.
Rey Mysterio, yeah. It was kind of a mix between him and I forget the other guy we were even basing it off of. But basically, I jumped back and forth on the ropes and then jumped off the center rope and did like a flip in the air and landed on the guy.
Did you have entrance music?
I did not have entrance music.
That you are
They
willing
had
to tell us.
generic entrance music when I actually was, at a show.
You should have just come out to like this old man.
The things you learn. Okay, so I guess that's going to do it for... And Bob, tell us one more time.
Oh, yes. Go to needlessessentialsonline.com. Or go to the RFC Facebook page and click on the link. Give me your top 15 favorite, best of Transformers of the past 30 years.
Yep. I will be doing that this evening.
Sweetness. And then come back and then come back May 20th to find out who's in the top 10. Who's in the top 50? Did yours make the cut?
Probably. Mine's really generic. Okay.
It's the past 30, so you can do like MP10.
Yeah, masterpiece, anything.
Sweet. Okay.
Just not third party.
Not third party. So I
I'm gonna
can't
go on
clones.
and make a list of third party stuff.
Yeah, these don't count. Okay, so thank you guys for being on this week. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
So for the guys, I'm your host, Brian Kilby. We love you. Hey, Mickey.
You're so fine.
We'll see you
You're
later.
so fun, you blow my mind.
Have a good one. Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Ooh, that was a show.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was a fun show. I felt the energy, and it felt good.
Yeah, I wasn't jacked up enough for it though.
You were fantastic, Brian.
I bought that bottle. I got that bottle of the new.
You know what? So was I.
Yeah. I got.
Christopher Eccleston, you are not.
Good thing we're not streaming anymore, or we're not recording anymore.
Oh, I'm always recording.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know.
Yeah, it's not part of the show.
You should have seen me before I even signed on here. I just had a mirror, and I was just like, the Human Torch was denied a bank loan. Prepping myself for this. Pulling out all the Ron Burgundy greats.
A Million Ways to Die. That's a movie, right?
That is the movie. In the West?
Yeah, in the West. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just I signed up because I don't know how to get media screenings. So Diecast and I signed up for like getting into media screenings, and I just got a thing for A Million Ways to Die in the West to be able to go see that.
It looks actually pretty good. I mean, I hate to say it, but Seth MacFarlane is kind of funny.
But I don't think I'm going to that one.
Did they email you, or did you keep checking the site?
It got an email.
I never got anything yet.
But it's mostly like crap that I don't want to see, like Heaven is Real and stuff like that. I'm not going to go see that anyway. I'm not.
You don't want to see that?
I'm not going to review it. I'm not going to see it. So.
Oh, it looks amazing.
I get I get those from time to time, and I think the last one I got was This Is 40. And I wouldn't have paid. I'm glad I didn't pay money. And honestly, I was a little pissed off, even though I didn't pay money.
I wanted to see that.
It's on HBO now. Go nuts.
I like the Judd Apatow stuff.
I do too, normally, but this one was not sitting pretty. It was 30 minutes longer than it needed to be.
Yeah, lots.
I think there's like 30 minutes that honestly he really could have cut out. That wouldn't have affected the story at all, and actually would have made it better.
Hey, Brian, Paul's asking in the chat.
Sorry, I haven't looked at the chat recently.
He's asking, what's up with the 20th Century Fox fanfare theme?
He's listening to it, not watching it.
Oh.
Yeah, I have. It's a video. It says Radio Free Cybertron, not 20th Century Fox.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I should probably just edit that out of the audio version. But actually, I can't. Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. I just need to. I can't make the two intros bleed together. I just have to have them separate.
I like the version they put in front of Cannonball Run, where the searchlights keep getting knocked over and just falling down, and it gets darker and darker until it fades out completely.
I have to remember that like 99% of our people listen and don't watch. I do mention that during the show. I try to keep it very audio focused, but
I'm really shocked about that.
I'm not. It's a podcast.
Well, it's possible that this is a lot of people's background for
work.
For work and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, the video. I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna start typing away on my IBM Model M keyboard built in 1991. Actually, hell, I'm gonna. It's dirty because it's 23 years old, but it's awesome.
Is that the one where the keys are all like 2 inches tall?
No, they're not 2 inches tall. They're about 3/4 of an inch tall. I love this thing. I have 2 of them. I had another one I gave my uncle. I wish I hadn't. But they're so.
They all have individual springs on each key.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Yep.
I love them.
See, that's one thing I don't like on this laptop is the key wells on top are so shallow.
So Don, I've got a laptop you would love. It's called this name sounds awful, but it's true. It's called a grid case PC. It's a laptop. If you could put it on your lap. It's about 25 or 30 pounds, but it's effectively a portable PC with a handle. It weighs a ton, but it has like IBM Model M quality keys. It's crazy.
Well, gentlemen, I must leave you.
Thanks, Bob.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Hey,
Hope I didn't make too much of an ass of myself.
That's why you're here.
All right, hey, I'm just glad, you know.
Hey, when we can't make enough of asses of ourselves, you can always pick up the slack.
Hey, I'm proud to be the slack of the ass.
Nice, very nice.
And on those words, I shall leave you.
See you, Ronnie. It was good
See you,
seeing
Ronnie.
you again.
Take care, man.
Have a good one.
Y'all take it easy.
See you at the
And
next
now we
Hasbro
know-
event.
Yeah,
And now we know the rest of. Oh, that's wrong NPR.
yeah. Okay, so I've got some work I got to do. So we're gonna have a hangout.
Yep.
I may try to pop on after I do what I got to get done. I'm not putting RFC together tonight, so I don't have to like split my attention. So.
Okay, cool.
Hey Mickey, thanks for being on.
No problem.
Hey, Mickey, can you join us in the hangout or?
No, I've got Tombs to raid.
Whoa.
No, he's playing
Oh.
Tomb Raider 4. Or no,
Yes,
Tomb Raider on
I'm-
PS4.
I'm-
sorry.
I'm chronicling-
Is
I'm
that what he
chronicling
was
Mickey
it.
has life.
He on Twitter he was posting all these gruesome deaths of Lara Croft, and
She's very clumsy.
she is. So people watching live, we'll catch you later. If you go to tfradio.net/g+, you can join our Google Plus Hangout. So we'll see you later.
Take care, everybody.
Hey, Mickey, it was good having you on.
Thank you.